Hello everyone. Very good morning to every individuals joined in this meeting. Today I am going to begin a new chapter. This is ninth chapter of your Beehive book, The Bond of Love. In this chapter, we'll talk about love and friendship between human beings and wild animals. This is a fascinating account of an orphaned sloth bear that was rescued by the author. Sloth bear, orphaned, who didn't have his own parent. He was orphaned without parent. He was rescued by the author of this chapter. The bond of love. In this chapter, the narrator has beautifully described the meaning of love, affection, and relationship with human body of an animal. A sloth bear was a wild animal who had a great fad to the author's wife. He could not feel pleasure, happy in narrator's wife. I mean to say that absence of narrator's wife. Sloth bear inhabit forested areas, including the tropical rainforests of India and grasslands at lower elevations. Where could they exist? Sloth bears exist in forested areas, including tropical rainforests of India and grasslands at lower elevation. Sloth bears have very shaggy hair and long muzzles, using their claws to dig. How do they look like? They look like having shaggy hair. They have many hairs upon their body along muzzles, using their claws to dig, and they use their claws for digging. They can them use leaves to form a tube which can go deep into the ground or into hard to reach areas like dead trees for their food. Their main food is termites. You can hear them stuck up their food from several feet away. Termites. Termites दिमक बोलते हैं. You can hear them stuck up their food from several feet away. Now, let's talk about first paragraph of this chapter. I'll begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. I refers to the narrator of this chapter. He starts this paragraph with Bruno. Bruno is the naming word of sloth bear, and that sloth bear was narrator's wife's pet. You can say she domesticates the sloth bear as a pet. I got him. Narrator got the bear for his wife by accident. How did he get it? कैसे उसको मिला ये? Let's talk about 2 years ago we were passing through the sugarcane fields near my shore. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. Some were shot and some escaped. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. 2 years ago. The accident took place 2 years ago when narrator and his companion were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. They were in Mysore and they were passing through a sugarcane fields. Okay. Now people, all the owners of those lands in Mysore were driving away the wild pigs from their fields. by shooting at them. Okay, they were shooting, they were trying to make them run away from their fields. Some were shot, and some of the wild pigs were shot, and some escaped from there. Some could escape, some could run away from there, but some of them were shot. कुछ तो उसमें से मार दिए गए, कुछ भाग गए. We thought that everything was over. Okay, we thought, it seemed to us that everything is over now. All the animals, all the pigs from their fields have run away from there. Meanwhile, suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. We saw a black sloth bear who came out panting, gasping for breathing in the hot sun. Okay, it was hot sun, I mean sunshine, in which we could see a black sloth bear who came out panting. He was gasping for breath, he could not breathe properly. एक छोटा सा स्लोथ बियर, भालू का बच्चा, रिच जिसको कहते हैं, बाहर आया जो कि सांस नहीं ले पा रहा था क्योंकि बहुत ही धूप थी. आगे, now I'll not shoot a sloth bear wantonly, but unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companion did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly. I, narrator, had a great hurt. He could not behave rudely with wild animals. Okay, he could not shoot a sloth bear. एक छोटा सा बच्चा रिच को वो नहीं मार सकता था wantonly for no good reason. Okay, without reason, for no reason, he could not shoot a sloth bear. But unfortunately, you can say दुर्भाग्यवश, okay, uh, for the poor beast, he had a great uh, you know disfortune, you can say. Who had? Poor beast had. One of narrator's companion did not feel the same as the narrator felt about the sloth bear and promptly shot the bear on the spot. Okay, I mean, the bear was shot by one of narrator's companions. Now, in third paragraph, let you know, as we watched the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. As we watched, as we had a very close view of the fallen animal, we were surprised, we got shocked to see that the black fur on its back. Okay, there was a black fur on the back of the animal, moved and left the prostrate body. Moved means there was a baby bear on the back of animal. Means भालू था, ठीक है, वो मादा भालू थी और उसके पीठ पर एक छोटा सा उसका बच्चा था, रिच था, ठीक है, जो कि जैसे ही उसको लगता है कि मेरी माँ अब मर चुकी है, वो वहां से मूव हुआ और जोर से भागता है. पोस्ट्रेट बॉडी, प्रोस्ट्रेट बॉडी का मतलब होता है लाइंग ऑन द ग्राउंड फेसिंग डाउनवर्ड्स. मीन्स द स्लोथ बियर्स मॉम वाज लाइंग ऑन द ग्राउंड फेसिंग डाउनवर्ड्स. उसका जो मुंह था, जो फेस था, वो धरती पर, आई मीन ग्राउंड पर रुका हुआ था. आई मीन she kept her mouth facing downwards on the ground, and the baby bear left from there. Then we saw it was a. उसके बाद नरेटर क्या बताता है कि तब हम लोगों ने देखा कि ये क्या था. What was it? We saw it. Okay. Now what did they see? वो क्या देखते हैं? Let's see in the next paragraph. Now, we could see baby bear that had been riding on its mother's back when the sudden shot had killed her. The little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. Now, how cruel, and a great tragedy has come to the baby bear. You can feel the same, that one's mom has been killed and the baby is alone in the world. The baby was riding on its mother's back, means वो जो female bear थी, she was carrying her own child on her back. पीठ पर अपने छोटे से बच्चे को लिए हुए थी. She was hiding herself in the field of sugarcane. And when she came out to escape from there, she was shot by one of narrator's companions and lying on the ground as prostrate body. जैसे ही वो बाहर आती है, नरेटर के एक कंपेनियन ने उसको शूट कर दिया, मार दिया. अब the little creature ran around its prostrate parent, means dead parent, अपने माँ के चारों तरफ दौड़ दौड़ कर रो रो करके वो चिल्ला रहा था. पिटीफुल नॉइज, यू कैन से. ही वॉज क्राइंग sorrowfully. वो दुख से रो रहा था दैट हिज मॉम हैज लेफ्ट हिम. उसकी माँ उसको छोड़कर चली गई. व्हाट हैपेंड टू हर, क्या हो गया? द बेबी बियर वॉज क्राइंग. I ran up to it to attempt a capture. It is scooted into the sugarcane field. I, narrator, this chapter's narrator, ran up to it. He tried his best to attempt a capture. He tried to catch the baby bear, but he couldn't in first attempt. It is scooted. It ran away into the sugarcane field. Following it with my companions, I was at last able to grab it by the scruff on its neck while it snapped and tried to scratch me with its long hooked claws. I, with my companion, was finally able to catch the baby bear. The scruff of its neck, you can say hairs of its neck could be cut, and it snapped and tried to scratch me. It tried to attack me to escape itself, in order to escape itself, and with its long hooked claws. Okay, means the baby bear was attacking upon the narrator with his hooked claws in order to be escaped. Now, fifth paragraph. We put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. She was delighted. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, and after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno. We kept the baby bear in one of the gunny bags which we had brought, and when I came back to Bangalore, I gifted the baby bear to my wife as present. Okay, that I have brought a wild animal as present for you. My wife was so delighted. My wife felt so happy and pleased when she got a baby bear. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, and my wife put a colorful ribbon around its neck. It was befitting the baby bear. बहुत ही शोभा बढ़ा रहा था उसकी, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था. As you could see in rural areas, in villages, that people are fond of domesticating animals, and they put colorful ribbon around the domesticated animal. It looks very good. And she at once put a colored ribbon in its neck, and after discovering that the cub was a boy, Means when she came to know that this baby bear is a boy, a male, she christened it Bruno. Then she nominalized the animal with Bruno. Means uska naam Bruno rakh diya gaya. I hope it's clear to everyone. Now, Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. It was but a step further. Within a very few days, he started eating and drinking everything else. Bruno took a drinking milk. Okay, the animal, the baby bear, soon took drinking milk. I mean, he began to drink milk very soon from a bottle. It was but a step further, and within a few days, he started eating and drinking everything else. Means he was able to eat and drink everything. And everything is right, the word. He ate porridge made from any ingredients, vegetables, fruit, nuts, meat, especially pork, okay, curry and rice regardless of condiments and chilies, bread, eggs, chocolates, sweets, pudding, ice cream, etc., etc., and etc. Now, very soon, the baby bear began to eat everything like porridge, khichdi, made from any ingredients, whatever was mixed up with porridge, vegetables, fruits, nuts, meat. मांस भी खाता था, especially pork, pigs, flesh, you can say sugar की मांस, curry and rice regardless of condiments, spices you can say, and chilies, bread, eggs, मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें वो खाने लगा. जितना कुछ भी लिखा है इस पैराग्राफ में सब कुछ वो खाने लगा. As for drink, milk, tea, coffee, lime juice, aerated water, buttermilk, beer, alcoholic liquor, and in fact anything liquid, it all went down with relish. Means the baby bear was drinking everything very soon after joining narrator's family. Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. If you have any problem, you can share with me. Next, seventh paragraph of this chapter. The bear became very attached to our two Alsatian dogs and to all the children of the tenants living in our bungalow. He was left quite free in his younger days and spent his time in playing, running into the kitchen and going to sleep in our beds. The bear became very attacked. Means there were two Alsatian dogs in my family, in my bungalow. They were attacking and barking constantly at Bruno. And Bruno was also attracting the children of tenants living in our bungalow. जितने भी बच्चे थे सबका ध्यान ब्रूनो पर रहता था. इवन दो कुत्ते भी थे हमारे घर हमारे आसपास, उनका भी जो ध्यान था वो भी ब्रूनो पर था. दो they were dogs, however they were constantly barking, दिन भर भौंकते रहते थे. He was left quite free in his younger days and he spent his time in playing. वो ब्रूनो जो था उसको बहुत ही अकेले में रखा जाता था और बहुत ही फ्री रखा जाता था, आज़ाद रखा जाता था ताकि he could play and spend his time running into the kitchen. वो किचन में भी दौड़ता था and going to sleep in our bed. Even he went and sleep in our bed. वो हम लोगों के बिस्तर में भी जाके सो जाता था. ठीक है, तो ये एक्सप्लेनेशन आपको सेवेंथ पैराग्राफ तक हमने बताया आज. रेस्ट ऑफ द पैराग्राफ्स विल बी एक्सप्लेन टुमारो इन द नेक्स्ट lecture video. That's it. Now stay home, stay safe. Goodbye. Best of luck to everyone.